Hi, my name's Allison from Bright Life Coaching, and this is the second in our series of talks to support you to study. Today I'll be talking about your decision to study and how you can know for sure if study's right for you and what to study if you decide to. So I'm guessing you're looking for something extra to add to your life. You might have a young family and you just want some mental stimulation and the Wiggles just don't cut it. You might want some security about when you go back into the workforce, knowing that you'll have a job or your skills will be up to date. Maybe you want to feel a sense of purpose right now. You know, raising a family is really purposeful, but at the end of the day, you can feel like you haven't achieved anything, and no one thanks you for stopping the house from getting trashed or keeping the kids alive, fed, and healthy. So how would you know if study's right for you? It's true that study offers a greater flexibility than a part-time job does, and you would be the supreme manager of your time at home, only second in command, of course, to the kids and their needs. But you know, is study right for you, or would a part-time job be better? Well, the answer really depends upon your long-term goals, what your priorities and your values are, and what your personality type is. It sounds like a lot to consider, but it's really quite simple to work out, because you want to be as informed as possible so you can make the right decision for you and for your family. Well, first you have to identify what's important to you, your values, your priorities. No matter what goals you set, they won't be achieved unless they're in line with your values. We're all acting out of the top 5 to 7 of our values, our hierarchy of values. You know how you see people set a goal to lose weight and they don't achieve it, and then the doctor gives them a scare about heart disease or some other fatal threat, and then they can lose weight really easily? Well, that's because their value of health has moved up the scale and they're finally able to act on what they want. They didn't really want health until they got the scare. Once you have your values worked out, then you can set realistic goals that are in line with your values. To start with, I like to start with a bucket list. A bucket list is a list of goals that you would absolutely regret if you didn't achieve them this life. From this list, then you can work backwards, writing 50-year goals, 10-year goals, 5-year goals. This is the way you can kind of make a start on making some realistic goals about whether to study or not, what to study, and when to study. You know, to also help clarify if study's right for you, you might need to ask yourself a few questions, like what's your parenting style? How hands-on do you want to be? Will study fit in with your parenting style? Do you like learning and growing as a person? How much mental stimulation do you need? Are you really willing to develop the self-motivation and the self-discipline, the time management and setting boundaries that you'll need to help you study and managing a family? Are you willing to value and honour yourself enough to be able to put your ambitions ahead of your family for at least some time of the day? One of the biggest challenges might be valuing yourself enough to do something that you really want. Another question is, like, how do you handle time pressure and stress? If mothering's already taking you to the brink of insanity, as it can do, you know, it might pay you to put study off for a while. I remember crying over my 4th child when she was 6 weeks old, thinking, oh no, what have I done? Do you know, like, I wasn't coping well at the time. You know, needless to say, she's 18 now, she's alive and well and survived my parenting, but I couldn't have coped with study at that time when she was a baby. There are some great websites out there that can give you quizzes to work out what sort of career you might like to have. There's one, www.careertest.net, and another one, www.joboutlook.gov.au/careerquiz. You do these quizzes and they can help you narrow down the area that you might like to study in. So I've given you a bit to think about and start working on so you can decide if study is right for you and what course you might like to study.